Like I said, we are having technical difficulties today. So I don't know. It is what it is. We get what we get. We don't throw a fit. We've got it as aesthetically pleasing as it could be to have two ugly mugs on the camera staring in front of you. And I think that's what everybody said when they tuned in and saw that today. Point is, you got Tattoo, you got me. Tattoo's kind of on some of the controls today because for whatever reason, my stuff was not cooperating today, and I apologize for that. So we're going to run through the slate today, but today is such a big slate. 15 games, all 30 teams are in action. To be quite honest with you, because everything is in play, literally nothing is in play. It's like we can do about whatever the hell we want to do today. There's not a lot of strategy or this or that because, you've got pitching options, you've got hitting options, you've got stack options, you've got everything on the table. My recommendation for those that are not here yet, sorry you missed it, is to play the smaller slates tonight. That's one of the things that I like to do on ginormous slate days. I know the contest selection stinks a little bit, but I like to get on those smaller slates where I can predict some of the ownership because it correlates from the bigger slates down to the smaller slates. Chalk is usually still the chalk, but it becomes a little bit more powerful because there's less options. And I can really use my leverage and play some game theory on those smaller slates, whereas the main slate to me has always been just kind of a little bit too big when it gets over 11, 12 games. Do you feel
it's huge?
It's huge.
Huge. I saw the slate tonight and I said, it's a huge slate.
Yeah, you got to do the lips. Huge.
You're
fired.
Terrible
impressions.
I saw the slate. It was a huge slate.
Terrible impressions. I will say this, though. It's Friday. It's happy hour. So a little California brew, Sierra Nevada summertime lager, and it's not the best I've ever had, but it's not. These were the best of times. They were the worst of times. It's not the best I've ever had, but it's not the worst. What do you got?
Sailor Jerry and not enough Coke.
Oh, okay. So somebody's had himself a week.
Did I ever tell you my Sailor Jerry story?
That would be a no.
I went to the Caps Oilers game, and I was sick of paying $20 for a 16-ounce Bold Rock. So I said, I'm going to get me a mixed drink. And went, and the lady, I asked for Captain Morgan. She's like, we don't have it. We have Sailor Jerry. I said, I'll take a double. She comes, gets a little cup, then gets one of those like little 7-ounce Coke cans, pours like a little bit in there, not even the whole thing. Gives me a drink. This thing comes up and scans it. It was $75.
What? Did you pay for it anyway?
Yeah, I'd already taken a sip.
Oh my God! You paid for a $75 cocktail.
And then I let my friend take a
Did you tip her? Did you tip her $15 for pouring?
I think the 75 was with the tip.
Wow. Oh man, that's a question for the audience, man. What is the most expensive you've ever paid for a drink? I think the most we've ever done, $40. Oh man, dude. I mean, if we're gonna go off the rails,
really expensive.
If we're gonna go off the rails, I had a night I hadn't been this drunk since college. It was an old college buddy. He came to town, went to a Cardinals game, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go out in the Coca-Cola Pavilion. We got drinks, we got food, we got whatever." I'm like, "All right." So I'm trying through, you know how Wi-Fi sucks at stadiums generally. I'm in there trying to get the Bird app on my phone so that I can scoot back to my car after the game. In the meantime, it took me 4 or 5 innings to get $10 loaded onto this thing. And it's just taking forever. Finally got it. No problem. I'm out for the night. Let's go. My Bird is loaded and I'm ready to rip. So after the game, he's like, "Where do you want to go?" I'm like, "I don't know. Where do you want to go?" As we're walking out of the stadium, the way the Cardinals have it set up is the ballpark's on one side of the street. On the other side of the street is Ballpark Village, and it's all bars and restaurants and shit. Let me tell you, this hot, smoking hot blonde walking around with assless chaps on was handing out free drink coupons to the crowd. And me and my buddy just looked at each other. He said, "Where's your wife?" I said, "At home." I said, "Where's your wife?" He goes, "Joplin." because he's like 5 hours up the road. I said, we're going to see this. She's in there riding a mechanical bull. There's only a 2-drink minimum. You get one of the drinks for free, or the cover charge was waived, or whatever. We were at this point well on our way. We walk out of that place after closing that place down. I was supposed to be home an hour ago. Walk across the street. He goes, have you ever seen the Rooftop 360 bar in St. Louis? I said, no, I've never been up there yet. He goes, I got my hotel key. Let's go. So we go up to the top of that bar, and he slaps his boss's corporate card down and says, 2 smoked Woodford boxes for me and my boy, would you? And, it's a box you lift it up and smoke. Yeah. Like $40 drinks or whatever the hell it was. $275 for Andres. That beats me. But, man, I'm telling you, I'm in downtown St. Louis, one of the crime capitals of the world. And I'm a middle-aged white boy that looks like he might have some money in his pockets, right? So I'm walking down the street on my way back home because the bird scooter cuts off at midnight. So I can't get the thing started. I'm so shit-faced. It took me 10 minutes to figure out I can't get the damn thing started. And what the hell's going on? It took me forever to come to my senses and realize that the timer had shut off at midnight. So now I'm walking 5-6 blocks to my car, and I'm walking down the middle of the street going, anybody in the world was going to want to take a shot at me right now. So I start running. Now I go running down the downtown streets of St. Louis, and I'm just trucking as fast as my freaking sedentary ass can move now. And I get it in my head that if I hear gunshots, I'm going to have to hit the bushes or something. So I'm like, no gunshots for me. What do I start doing? I start zigzagging down the street, going serpentine, 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 as I'm running through the downtown streets of St. Louis. At that point, it should have dawned on me to call an Uber, because Daddy's not of sound mind anymore. Did I call an Uber? No. Not the most responsible decision I've ever made, but let me tell you, I was out of my damn mind that night. We were so shit-faced. That Woodford did it to us, put us right over the edge.
Your buddy's wife that was in Joplin, are they from there?
Yes. He came up here because that's where he's headquartered here, and he came up here for an annual meeting, grabbed me with an extra ticket and said, let's go to the ballpark and drink free beer. I'm like, dude, this guy's drinking hardcore bourbon. Hardcore bourbon. And I'm his bad influence. I'm the one that in college even got him onto beer because I had to start his ass off on Zima. He was putting watermelon Jolly Ranchers in Zima. And I'm going, he was a male cheerleader in college. My best friend, and one of my best friends in life. He was in my wedding and everything. And I'm sitting here going, do we need to have a conversation about lifestyle choices you're not talking to me about? Because I'm just kind of starting to get a little curious at this point. He's drinking Zima with watermelon and green apple Jolly Ranchers shit. And now he is past me drinking double bourbons on the rocks and stuff. I'm like, what happened to you? He goes, you happened to me. I'm like, I'm not taking the blame for this shit.
If anybody in the chat knows what Zima is, they're telling their age.
Yeah, Harlock's in there. There's a handful of us that know exactly what it is. And yes, getting wasted on the boss's card. I mean, that was good. It was good. One of my better drunk stories of the past 25 years or more, for sure. Good times. What are we going to do about the slate today?
Well, I was going to say we'll never get our boss's card for sure.
Dude, I've been to the boss's pool. I've been to the boss's swim pool having Sam Adams on the back porch. Good times. Now that was, cooked us dinner. Did it all. That was 8 years ago or more, but he's a good host. Now, he's not going to fly out to see you and do it, but if you go to him, he'll host you. The geek card. It is true.
I'm supposed to host a barbecue, but we got to get everybody to the East Coast.
There you go. He shot me a picture recently of his daughters going off to college and stuff like that. I was like, dude, they look great. They're so much older than when we visited, because everybody was like, I don't know, 10.
I was going to say they're like 10 years old then.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Good shit.
But I guess pitching, you got some good choices tonight.
Really? I had it narrowed down to about 4 I liked.
Yeah,
the rest are all mix and match. You got 11 games. You got 15 games. It's huge as hell. Scooble's the chalk.
Skeens, Joe Ryan.
But Skeens is in play. Joe Ryan is in play. Joe Ryan's
Chase
actually
Burns.
I think Joe Ryan's a decent pivot, to be quite honest with you. If you look at Neely's Carnage report, which I know we're not showing screens today, but Skeens is the top Carnage with Scuba right behind him and Joe Ryan not too far behind that. $2,000 less on DraftKings, and he's got a 550K score as Joe Ryan. So he's right up there with him. He's the cheapest of the three.
I haven't looked at weather, but I just pulled up Raz's sheet, and he's got New York, Chicago, and Minnesota, Pittsburgh in dark red.
Really? Well, I'll tell you, the Mets and KC says 10% postponed risk, 25% in-game delay, and that's the worst on the stuff, unless this needs to update and something's happened. I just do not look much at weather because, Cleveland burned me just like it burned everybody else last night. I had Logan Allen in a good many of my lineups. I think I was using 3 pitchers. He was the one I was kind of sprinkling in with the other 2 with Woo and whoever the other dude was. And 30-something% of us in our contests got crushed by the Cleveland thing. So whatever. I still cashed one of the contests with him in there at a 0. How about that?
I was in second place last night in a 5 max. And I think it happened when Jackson Profar
right,
hit a home run, and I moved up to second place, and I was like, I still got Acuna and Raleigh, like I'm in good shape, and then I min cashed.
Right. Look, guys, we go through it too. Last night I was in a 500 or something person contest. I was sitting in stone cold second place, and I had a decent gap between second and third. And I think I went down to whatever the tier or 2 above min cash was. Like I felt like a rock. It's just like, see ya. Yes, and a cash is still a cash, absolutely 100%.
Yep. When you hit enter, that money is gone. So anything you win is profit.
That's a good way to look at it for a degenerate. I like it. Max Video is asking how the Dodgers match up. The Doyers match up against Webb, and I would agree. But I'm going to tell you this. The same thing, Max, you're going to hear me say all day long. Everybody's in play today, just about. If we had to cut them down, I've got 5 favorite stacks of my own, and I've got about 10 that I would mini stack. And I'm going to be wrong with more than half of them. And I'm just going to have to make some stands somewhere. This slate's just too big to cover.
I was looking at
too big to cover top to bottom. Be thorough about it. Going game by game and talking about all the people, it doesn't matter. We know who to play. We know who, and like I said, they're freaking everybody's in play. Who you like else? Who's your SP2s? If we can talk about those SP1s and say,
Chase Burns,
whatever. Burns, yeah, he'd be the 4th one. I told you I had 4 pitchers today that I liked: Skeen, Scooble, Ryan, and Burns.
You could always, Edward Cabrera. The Orioles, aren't lighting the world on fire, even though they have been playing a lot better. Rain Nelson.
I was going to say Ryan Nelson is one that I think he's volatile as hell. But
Gavin Williams,
if I'm playing Ryan Nelson in a multi-entry contest, if I want to use Ryan Nelson, I'm making sure I at least have 1 or 2 LA Angels stacks going against him too. Because they can hit a homer with anybody.
Yeah.
What do you think about Suarez there? What about Scherzer? Where would we go with Scherzer today? I'm not playing him.
He didn't make my list. He didn't make Raz's list either.
Because I'm on the 4 I mentioned: Skeen, Scooble, Ryan, Burns. And then if I had to include a 5th, it honestly would probably be Ryan Nelson. And I don't know if I need anybody after that. Even for 100-something lineups, I just don't. If I'm 40, 50, 60% on pitchers, everybody's like, oh, no, that's too much. That's too much. Not when he does well.
I had Quinn Priester on my sheet.
Okay. He's okay. He's okay. 8,200 on DraftKings, not too bad. But see, I look at Ryan Nelson's 502K score versus his 465 and go, it's 200 cheaper. Fine, I'll eat it.
I'd play Dean Kramer.
I could see that. I'll tell you what, guys, in the comments, why don't you throw some people out there and let us say yes or no if they would be in our player pool, if we'd play them or not. Don't throw me no Mitchell Parker bullshit because I'm not going to play him.
I love the Milwaukee offense.
That's right. Could be one of my 5. I bet it's in tier 1 or 2 for you.
Bet you're right.
Sometimes you just read it like a book. Oh, brother. Chuck Housen says he's going to be playing at poker at the casino this weekend. He's going to have Jameson on the rocks. You'd fit in well with my brother-in-law. It's a big Jameson boy. The only time I drink Jameson's when I drop it in a car bomb. Phil McCracken.
God, I cannot remember the last time I had an Irish car bomb.
I'm trying to figure out what's the saying in Italian. What's what saying? Yeah, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I bet that sounds better in literal Italian.
How about it's hotter. It's so hot in what is it? It's hotter in Kansas City than the 2 rats fucking.
Yeah, in a wool sock. That's one of my favorite, 2 rats fucking in a wool sock. Perhaps my favorite saying of all time. When people say the word if, like, oh, yeah, well, if I could have just min cashed last night, and people always throw you some crap about, if ifs and nuts were candies and nuts, we could throw a party or whatever they throw you that one. My favorite one is, yeah, well, if cockroaches carried machine guns, ducks wouldn't fuck with them. I was like, I like that.
My favorite is, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah. Any outside shots in this pitching pool? Because, I'm not seeing too many questions. Edward Cabrera, SP 1 or 2, I'd be a 2. If you play FD, I don't know that I'd have Edward Cabrera in my pool unless I'm 150 max and something. Yes, there's tons of love for Toronto, Chucky. We're gonna find out where Tattoo has Toronto ranked. I'm gonna tell you they did not make my 5. The 5 teams that I'd be main stacking, Toronto's not one of them.
They did make mine.
It's purely because I'm a gambling man. It has nothing to do with quality of the matchup. Because the quality's there. The matchup's there. Nico Horner leading off for Chicago. Fine, play him. Cubs are in play.
I do like Carlos Rondon.
Oh,
the Cubs' offense hasn't been lighting the world on fire the last few.
True, but I think I'll be all right if I just stack them blindly to the end of the year.
Oh, 1 second. I apologize for my sour, rotten gut on Wednesday that liked Houston.
Yeah, that was 2 a.m. Taco Bell gut.
We did call Matt Wallner home run.
Correct.
There was another one.
We had a few good calls.
Too. So we definitely, wait for our home run calls because they're usually pretty good.
All right. Well, I'm hoping that the stacks do. Let's move on to the stacks because I'm hoping that the stacks do it. I'm going to give you my 5 before we guess your tiers. And the reason why I say this is, and I tweeted this out. I asked ChatGPT how would you take leverage in a typical baseball slate? And my friend ChatGPT said, I would sort, you heard me do this a couple weeks ago. I would sort the teams on the slate by implied run total, top to bottom. And then I would check for discrepancies in ownership. Is the number one implied team also the top owned chalk team? Is number two, number three? Where are we going to start breaking off? And where we got a team that's kind of high in the IRT column, but lower in the ownership column. So here are my top 5 today, because they're the 5 biggest differentials, positive differentials between implied run total. For example, and I posted them on Twitter, but New York Yankees are number 3 in implied run total when I took this down an hour or two ago. They're number 13 in ownership. So if they're 13 in ownership and they're number 3 in implied run total, that tells me they're too low owned. I like what ChatGPT is doing there. So it's a positive 10 in terms of the differential. And the Milwaukee Brewers are the number 4 IRT team, and they're the number 9 owned team. That's a plus 5 in differential. You go all the way down to Detroit. Detroit's number 7, and they're number 16 in ownership. That's a plus 9 in differential. The Angels, 14th owned, and they're 8. So that's a plus 6 differential. And then the number 1 team, which coincidentally is also generating the most leverage on the entire slate, Boston Red Sox, number 10 implied run total, but 24th in ownership for a plus 14. It's the biggest differential on the slate. The New York Yankees are the second biggest differential on the slate. Coincidentally, they're not generating as much, which is weird. But your number 1 leverage team is Boston. Number 2 is Milwaukee, which I meant. So I'm on some of the leverage teams. New York, Milwaukee, Detroit, LA, Angels, and Boston. Does that mean that I wouldn't play Chicago or the Dodgers or who? No, doesn't mean any of that. But I will add in 5 other teams really quickly. These are the 5 I'd main stack, right? New York, Milwaukee, Detroit, LA, and Boston. The other 5 that I would mini stack with them, Cincinnati and Toronto. Those are your chalk. Cincinnati and Toronto, Baltimore, New York Mets, and the Philadelphia Phillies. That's it. I got a third of the teams in the slate. If I can't find 2 good offenses, I'm going big, 5x3, 4x4, whatever. And if I can't nut 2 offenses tonight, if I can't nut 2 of them tonight, I'm not going to make any money on the slate anyway, so I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Did I name some of your tier 1 teams in that list? I hope.
Milwaukee.
Really? So Milwaukee's a tier 1. Who's got guesses? Somebody's going to have some guesses, right?
Surely.
Because I bet you they're on my board over there. I may be mini stacking them. I know you love Cincinnati. Toronto's all right. Baltimore's all right.
Toronto's tier 1.
Toronto's tier 1. She said Milwaukee and Toronto.
Toronto is the end of tier 1. So
how many teams are up there?
It's 2 more.
So you got 4 tier 1 teams. So we got 2 of them. Toronto, Milwaukee. Max Video is asking about Texas.
I didn't put them on the list, but I mean,
they're in play.
Yeah, they're in play.
But they're not a tier 1 team. They're not on your list. How about the Reds from Don?
Yeah, tier 2.
Really? Okay, I would have thought they would have been up there. Detroit.
I don't trust them enough.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm fading them. To me, they're the number 1. I know they're the highest implied run total team of the day, but they're also the most owned. And I know that it's a huge slate, and there is no chalk tonight on the big slate. But I would fade them on a 5-game slate tonight. I don't trust them either. If somebody does trust them, by all freaking means, play them. But if they go off, you're going to be there with quite a few people.
I don't think Cleveland's on the slate.
Are they one of those doubleheader teams? Well, let's see.
But I would have loved Cleveland.
Their second game might be, right?
I don't think it's on the
because it said it's 15 games in the main, unless that didn't account for the rainout yesterday. Do we have 16 games? Is that the biggest slate we can run? Is 15? No, 30 of 32 teams, so maybe they are the team that's out.
No. It says they play at 8 o'clock, but when I was making notes, no Cleveland players would load.
Well, let's check.
Is why I had that conclusion.
Check DS really quick. They are playing the White Sox. They're on there. They are on the main.
Some Cleveland players I liked, and every time I tried to type them in, they wouldn't take it.
So
they're excluded from FanDuel.
Toronto, Milwaukee. Don also asked about Detroit. Tier 1 or Tier 2?
Tier 0.
Tier 0, not on your list. Look at that. Keep guessing, boys. And girls, if we got any, we'd love to have you chime in.
I'm sure we have a huge female audience.
Yeah, J-Ram for Cleveland is awesome. The rest of them, they got to be going up against a little leaguer for me to want to stack them. Why is Detroit scary? They're not scary to me. I like their matchup.
I don't think they're scary. Mets are Tier 1.
I'll tell you what's scary is the way that light's shining on your face right now. It's almost like it looks Halloweenish. Like you're getting ready to tell campfire stories or something.
I am so afraid right now.
Don wants the Mets. So the Mets in one of your tiers?
Yeah, Tier 1.
They are Tier 1. So that's 3 of the 4. One more, guys.
The Cleveland game is not on FanDuel for whatever reason.
Okay. It is on DraftKings, though. Be my guess.
That's why it's not. I did FanDuel notes, so that's why they're not in my list.
Well, the Yankees are not on your Tier 1 list.
No, they're Tier 3.
Baltimore, probably not.
Tier 3.
Angels?
Not on the list.
Not on the list at all. Phillies?
No. But
Boston.
This place is hotter than 2 rats fucking in a wool sock.
Yeah, well. If I didn't have short-term memory issues, I have to look at the slate to remember who you said for that.
Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, where'd we go? Toronto. We already said Toronto. Isn't that your rats in a wool sock?
No, that's. Remember, Ishiro told you where it was. Kelly Clarkson initials.
Oh, okay. Who are they playing? Oh, the Mets. We already mentioned the Mets. Who else is KC? Kelly Clarkson. Who else is KC?
Kansas City.
Yeah. So Mets.
Kansas City.
Oh, Toronto. Kansas City on the other side of it?
Yeah, I like
game stacking it.
Yeah.
I never would have landed on that. Wow.
This time I didn't.
This beer's already killed brain cells.
This drink is already killed.
The way I look at it is the brain cells regenerate overnight, so you got to go back at it the next day and kill them off again. That's the only way to live. So who would be Tier 2? If Tier 1 is the 4 teams, Toronto, Milwaukee, Mets, KC, who is your Tier 2?
Tampa, Cincinnati, Atlanta, and Athletics.
Man, you are out there. Okay. Those are different. I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm saying they're out there. Those are different. And they're going to be as low-owned as anything.
Boston, Yankees, Miami, and Baltimore.
DFS Army and drinking is good stuff. Amen to that. You should catch us on a night when we've actually been drinking. You don't want to catch us on the first beer of the day.
I got Geek Good today during his draft. I came in and jumped in the studio.
Uh-huh.
And he was trying to do his draft, and He was like, you could just see it. He kept looking. He's like, guys, Tattoo is literally in the damn studio with me, and it's really distracting me.
Like the fly that keeps buzzing around the room.
I said, I'm trying to add the merch link, whatever.
That is funny. Oh my God. All right, boys, Q&A time. You got our stacks. You got our, you got Don calls coming from King Bong over here, but you got some of the pitchers. But again, today is just, we don't have to talk about anything because it's all freaking in play. I've got my favorites. He's got his. You've heard him at this point. So the rest of the time we spend up here today is for really, truly for you guys. Training camp right around the corner. Let me tell you, All-Star break usually signifies to us at DFS Army that it's time to start shifting our minds towards football. Baseball All-Star break, we usually come back from break itching to start talking football. So like I said before, and today's Friday, today is the last day for anybody watching this to get the July 4 coupon for 25% off your first month.
I mentioned for hockey.
You can itch for hockey all you want. This got cool way down before I start thinking about hockey.
I started thinking about the first day after the final ended. It's going to be a long few months.
You know what I need to do? I need to get a list of St. Louis people together, and I need to invite people over to the house, because on week 1 of football season, I smoke ribs and I put the TV out on the back deck and I sit out there all damn day. That'd be a hell of a meetup. That'd be fun if that happened. I wonder if the wife would approve. I could tell everybody they're DFS Army people, so I'll make them use the back gate.
Yeah.
Gotta come through the house. And when she asks, well, where are they going to go to the bathroom? Maybe they just pee off the deck. That'd be all right.
I don't have any neighbors, so I definitely pee off my deck all the time.
That seems fitting for DFS Army people, right? The classic Caddyshack quote, pond would be good for you.
Mm-hmm.
What else can we smoke? Well, now I don't think you're looking for an answer like ribs or pork butt, or I don't think that's where Max is headed.
I'd stick with weed.
Harlock, your best chance for anything is always to email support@dfsarmy.com. So you want to keep the promo in, or you want to piggyback onto something else, or you want to whatever, just email support@dfsarmy.com. Throw yourself at the mercy of the court. Sometimes the guy's feeling good. That's what I will always tell people to do, until the guy at support@dfsarmy.com DMs me and tells me to knock it the hell off. My job here, I really do mean it when I say friends don't let friends pay retail. If you ain't on a discount here, you are doing it wrong. And I want everybody in there. And you still got the July 4 promo going in the swag store too, right? The merch store?
No.
No? I thought you said that was active as long as ours was.
Yeah, and I thought ours was active through July 4th.
Gotcha.
Or July 6th, 7th, whatever. I think I took it down Monday or Tuesday.
Well, I never like telling people when our promos are going to end until it gets to be a day or two away, only because, I want the urgency. I want them getting in. And then when it's going to expire, I'll really create the urgency and tell them that they're going to get in or they're going to miss the boat. Who would you mini stack for Houston, Chuck says?
Haven't been on my radar, so I'd have to.
Well, that's an easy one. You run off to the starting lineups page. Now, I don't do handedness, and I don't know if starting lineups page once upon a time might have been the handedness. I don't know if it is anymore or not. If nothing changed, it might be. You'd have to cross-check it with the research station. But if you go down through, this works really well sometimes. You just go down through the Houston Astros on the starting lineups page, and you say who's green in ISO and who's green in WOBA. Paredes, ding. Cam Smith, maybe. Altuve, probably. Christian Walker, not right now, unless in Research Station his 7-day trend is high. Sure. Caratini, 0 for 4, but if he goes 1 for 4, it might be a bomb. And the rest of them, crap. Well, Taylor Trammell, way down at the bottom, punt priced, is hitting for shit, but he's got a 180 ISO, so he's hitting for some pop when he gets a hold of one. That's who I would look for. If I'm mini stacking it, I'd be at the top of the order. I'd be up there at the top of the order somewhere, top 5 bats, whatever I can find that makes some sense. And as soon as I say that, he says it's Milwaukee. All right, well, I've got a bias when it comes to Milwaukee. I do not like Christian Yelich. And sadly, he's been destroying me lately by leaving him out. Dude's got, 340 WOBA and 195 ISO. I mean, he's pretty much back, and he's hitting pretty well again. None of them are over an 800 OPS, which is interesting. But I focus on home runs are so overweighted when it comes to points in fantasy. You're almost best if you just chase ISO. WOBA a little bit. You double down on it and do the WOBA ISO where you add the two together. But, I mean, I'm looking at Churio and Yelich, and I don't think anybody else there can hit their way out of a paper bag for power. Even your Isaac Collins is hitting a 350 WOBA, but he's a 135 ISO. They're just not running into much. Bryce Terang, what the hell happened to that guy? His ISO is under 100. It's 086.
Churio is my
Churio and Yelich.
Dinger of the day.
Churio and Yelich are your clicks to pick. Now, as a result, the other guys, people say Andrew Vaughn, fine. But your Collins, Terang, Durbin, those guys down there at the bottom, and maybe a little Rappin Freelick up top. He's only 2,900 on FD. William Contreras, 2,800 on FD. What the hell? Those prices are suppressed. For the matchup that they're in tonight, I mean, you could probably stack 1 through 5, maybe skip one of those and pick up Collins in the 6. And, I mean, dude. What you're hoping for tonight is 40 to 42 collective at bats for the team. If you get that, you've probably got some points for as cheap as these guys are. And if a Milwaukee 5 stack at that price, you can go big with your mini stack. You can try to pick off, the big bats in New York or, whatever, and really try to pick off some pricey bats and hope they hit bombs. But that's really what you're hoping for. That's why DFS can be so damn hard, is you're really trying to get that power, because it skews the scoring so much. When you see team after team after team, bomb alert on Twitter, then, I mean, you're just, high scores are going to win the night when that happens because of that. I got a question for you, Tat. Did you say Baltimore was on your list or was not on your list today?
On my list.
They are on your list? Tier 3?
Yeah.
Just tier 3?
Tier 3.
You need to take that hat off, buddy. They should be ranked higher on your list for you to put that hat on. I just noticed that.
I'm a realist.
Well, that's good. I like it. That's why you didn't hear me mention St. Louis today. Which is sad because they're a pretty destructive team when they want to be. Any other questions, my friends? Any updates on the weather? I don't think there's any worry.
Yeah. I got home run parlay.
You might as well just whip off your dong calls.
Whip off my dong right here.
Whip off the dong. I mean, again, these are clippable quotes today. Whip off your dong calls. I can see a T-shirt in a merch store. Whip off your dong.
We got the helmets up now.
Nice.
Jackson Churio, Will Benson, and
okay. That's a little off
Ryan Brashiro.
That's your parlay?
Mm-hmm.
It's your pick to click?
My pick. I like Matt McClain too, but I'm going with Will Benson.
My shit would be chalky. If I go scrolling through for something that I like, of course the Yankees are in a pretty decent spot. Cubs can pop at any time. They're not the greatest matchup, but they're not bad. How about Kyle Stowers against Dean Kramer?
Not bad.
It's not the worst call. Cincinnati Reds. Who on the Reds? Austin Hayes is hitting some bombs. He wouldn't be bad. Your middle three in Detroit, your Wenzel, Perez, Riley Green, and Torkelson. Any of those three would be good bomb calls. Rosarena's been a little hot lately on the Seattle side. Tampa's got Caminero. That dude's been freaking hot lately. Yoshida and Boston's back in the 3-hole.
That parlay a dollar pays $132.
Abreu and Boston's down in the 5. That's nuts. Boston all of a sudden has pop at the top. Hey, have top at the pop. Top at the pop. Pop at the top. Duran, Bregman, Yoshida, small sample there. Narvaez, Abreu, all over 175 ISO. Why Bregman's been like nothing this year. I haven't heard of him. I haven't used him. Nothing. How's he clicking along at a 254 ISO? Something might be wrong there.
I don't even think he's playing.
It's confirmed he's in the 2-hole
tonight.
Yeah.
Must be. I feel like he's been out.
Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what. Again, I go off of DS. I click my stacks and I click my players, and I do not do a lot of doctoring up. I put about 20, 25% off on hitting randomness now, and I just let it shake it up like a Yahtzee cut because I swear to God, I'm done predicting this shit. I think I can predict pitchers in terms of who's going to be okay, not who's going to be nuts, but who's not going to implode. Can usually get the pitchers. Can usually get some of the offenses to stack, and I swear to God, from then on out, yeah, there are some key bats that you want to focus on, but the rest of it, let's say you wanted to stack Boston 8 times tonight, I would get 8 different lineup configurations in my 5-man stack because you do not know. Jose Ramirez was a great call earlier for the Cleveland Indians. Rangers, Corey Seager's been hitting, for pop lately, I think. Wyatt Langford's not terrible.
Nolan Jones.
Paredes at the top. Yeah. The Mets, dude. What is the deal? Nemo, Lindor. Soto is not hitting for a 241 ISO this year. This number, I don't know what the sample size on this number is.
TJ Friedl is 2 for 3 with 2 home runs versus Marquez.
Let's see. Just keep going down here. There's too many games to cover. James Wood in the Nationals game on the Nationals side of Milwaukee wouldn't be. And it doesn't correlate. It's not a thing like football where you stack the Brewers and then run it back with a National. But if you did, James Wood would probably be my pick there. Abrams isn't a bad call. I don't really have anybody that I'm really, really dying on. Wow. Look at that. If you look at the starting lineups page, look at the ISO on the LA Angels. Whole damn thing's green. Greener than the Price is Right scoreboard. Nito. The only one missing is Chanel. The top 7 are over 200. Over 220. Good Lord. Well, Hoppy's at 203, I guess, and Nito's 201, but then you got Trout at 228, Ward at 244, Adele at 247, Moncada at 248. That's their ISOs, guys. That's why they're a boom or bust. If the ownership is low on the Angels, you should damn near play them every night. You're not going to have a good night half the time or more, but when you have a good night, you might catch 3, 4, 5 bombs in your lineup. If you've got that in your stack, you did okay.
A's played in San Diego. I remember Cincinnati. He's been a few places. Cubs. I can't remember.
I want to check something here really quick. Okay, it's not as impressive. I thought, well, it's not bad. All right, Luis Arraez, right?
Yeah.
We know Luis Arraez is an average hitter. He's not hitting for power. His ISO is a 115. Okay? Which everybody goes, ew. 1, 2, 3, 4. It ranks him 5th in the Milwaukee Brewers lineup.
Whew.
He'd be the 5th most powerful bat in that lineup. There are 4 dudes under him. That's gross. Really gross. And he carries the average. Anyway, what else you got for us? What else everybody else got for us?
That's all I got. I'm starving to death.
Liberatore versus Atlanta for a low SP1. I don't think he has the upside, Max. Liberatore would have to have a Miles Michaelis yesterday performance. Which, I mean, let me tell you, watching that game, Liberatore's a ground ball contact guy usually. His K score is pretty low, down to 350, somewhere in there. Typically, he's not somebody who's really going to match up well for high K upside. I mean, the kid can pitch, but that's what he does. He pitches. He doesn't just flamethrow you. Michaelis last night, you could tell in the first inning he might be on. I watched him get a called third strike knee high with a tailing fastball right on the very low edge of the zone. And I was like, oh, and he did it under high pressure in that first inning. I was like, if he paints that corner and is getting that low strike called, everything else he threw started low and dipped, and then everything else was just low, 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 occasionally a dip out of the zone. I was like, he's going to be on tonight. He had the right umpire for him. I don't know what it takes for like Liberatore or whatever else umpire-wise, but I would not be counting on him as a low. I am a fan. Cardinals baseball is religion in St. Louis. It just is. I fight my homerism like crazy. Yeah, I know that if I walked into the damn stadium, Max, you'd be throwing batteries at me. That's what I know. Just make it a C-size battery so it don't hurt as bad, please. Because when you guys start throwing the Ds, oh, those things, you can chuck them a mile. Have you ever get a spiral on a D-size battery? Did you ever get a spiral on a D-cell battery? You can do it. I bet they can do it in Philly. I bet they raised their kids at age 6 throwing tight-ass spirals on D-size batteries. Get those suckers out over the bench, out into the field. Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, battery, fly. No doubt, you guys. I have a love-hate relationship, right? And I like that Harlock. I like that thinking. But I have a love-hate relationship with Philly fan base. I would say Boston is a phenomenal fan base. I would say St. Louis is a phenomenal fan base. In good years, Detroit, Chicago, good fan bases. The reason I have the love-hate relationship with the Phillies or the Philadelphia fan base is they are arguably the best fan base in sports, and at the same breath, arguably the worst. There is no in-between with Phillies or with the Philadelphia people. It's either this way or this way. Kind of like Boston. Well, I can go on side tangents.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to start on Eagles fans. Quite an intolerable bunch.
It can be. It really can be. Anybody that has Gritty as their mascot. He's one of the coolest mascots out there, too. Gritty is the badass. Oh, are we done today?
Yeah.
You said you're starving? You got that drink in that empty belly and you're ready to go? I think I got a couple of neighbors coming over for happy hour here, so I'm one in. We'll see how many we get to tonight. You boys, everybody have a good night. I'll be on the small slates tonight if I get to it and play. Don't think I'll be on the main. So.
Throw a couple lines together. I still don't even know who I want to use. So.
All right. Well, you figure it out. We'll let everybody go for Friday. You know what? We will not be here next week until next Friday. So we've got a full 7 days before you see us again because of the All-Star break. So if you follow, where is it? Right here. If you follow Chapadong on Twitter at all, you'll be getting a lot of poker updates next week. We're going to hit 3 different casinos in Oklahoma, and I'm going to be playing poker in all of them and reviewing the casino rooms and all that kind of stuff for what I'm trying to do on Twitter with my personal Chop It On account. So follow DFS Army, use that coupon code before midnight tonight for sure. Get into that merch store and pick yourself up something other than that ugly ass Baltimore hat on Tattoo's head.
I'm gonna be lazy as shit next week because it's my first week off since last All-Star break.
That's what happens, man. When you write or when you cover football, hockey, baseball, this is your week off. This is it.
Yeah.
So appreciate you, man. Give you a lot of shit, but appreciate the hell out of you. And obviously appreciate all of the guys in the comments too. So thanks for tuning in. And I guess you can send us whenever you're ready. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Helmets up before I pass out from starvation. As you can see, I'm withering away.
Right. You just got to hit that in stream button a couple times.